Hey guys, welcome back to Coding Flamingo. So in the last videos we have created our backend, our front end, and we have deployed that to Azure, but we have not created an ingress to make the users be able to contact our website. So that's what we're going to be working on today. We're basically following the Microsoft Azure documentation on this, adding some stuff that it's not in all of their documentation, and yeah, so if you have any questions, you can always go here, but if not, let's just go through it. So first we're gonna add the Helm repo, which doesn't come by default, even though it's the default one in Azure. So we added it, we updated it, then we're gonna deploy the nginx ingress. So the thing is, we are setting it without a static IP because we don't have a static IP created in Azure. If you want, you can go ahead and create a static IP and then just add it here. But for this one, we're just gonna let them create one for us. So let's create one. So we'll be able to see here. It tells you an example of an ingress that we have to copy. I already created it, but basically you copy that and do that. Next we have to do the Ingress setup. So this basically just creates the cert manager that will manage our certificates for SSL. And this is one of the beauties of Helm, that like people create stuff, you can just use their microservices for this stuff. So we're creating this. And while this creates, let's go back to Azure and see the static IP address that he created. So he created this static IP address. And we are going to set a DNS name. Let's just call it Flamingo. And save. And let's make sure that I called it that in values. Yeah, Flamingo West US Cloud App. Yeah. So now let's go through the rest of the stuff that we added to our chart. So you see our chart from last time. It has 3 new things and a few extra values. So app ingress is the one that I showed that like basically tells you to create. And we did it based on values, so we should probably put the values on the right side. And then do app ingress here. So we just called it like front end ingress because it's connecting to the front end. It's in the same namespace as everything else. And the cert. So right now we're using the Let's Encrypt staging certificate. So this is not a publicly trusted certificate. If you want to use a real certificate, you just change this to prod and remove the staging from this one. And that will give you a trusted certificate by your and here's all the information, but that will give you a trusted certificate by the browser, so you don't get the alert that it's not a trusted website when you're going to it. But when you're developing, you should use staging, and you should not release, even though we will be able to access the website, you should still do some more stuff like networking rules and stuff like that to make sure that your site is protected. So you should not be releasing. So that's why I'm gonna leave it at staging. Then your email, that's going to be used in the certificate part. So let's just keep going. So then the app DNS, so that's the one that we created. And again, the host, and it's going to be pointing to the front end service in the front end service port. So that's the front end service that we have created before. So then let's go to the certificate issuer. So once again, same namespace, same DNS, and same cert type, which is staging. And then the issuer, this is the one that will continue to issue it. It's your email, which is required. And then the cert server, we're going to staging, but they should have changed to prod if you're going to prod. And cert type again. So once again, this is one of the cool things about Helm, that you can just change it here once and twice, and then you don't have to change it in all your different places. So yeah, that kind of covers the three things. So now let's go into back into the deploy, and we're gonna deploy our new chart. So first let's see what was created last time. So as you can see, we have our Ingress controller and the Ingress backend. So if we try to go to that site right now, so I'm gonna actually do that. Give me 1 second. I'm in the other screen. I should move it here. I'm gonna go here, and as I said, you get this is because we're using the staging one, and we get the default backend. But certificate not valid. We can see that here is fake. So that's the difference between prod and non-prod. But we get the default backend, which is this pod that is created. So then we have to install our deployment with our ingress and everything, and then it should go to our application. So we're gonna do F8. We're gonna check our pods. So it's creating the containers right now. It's pulling the images. And let's try it again. So now they're running. So if we go back here, we get our application. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.